Howdy partner, and welcome to a new video here on the official MTG Arena YouTube channel. My name is Ashlizzlle, and in this video, we're playing one of my beloved archetypes, Rakdos Sacrifice, and this deck has gotten some really sweet upgrades from Outlaws of Junction, so let's have a look. Alright, so what we're looking at over here is basically a new way to play Rakdos Sacrifice in Standard, and that's possible thanks to Akul the Unrepentant, a new legendary creature from Junction, 4 mana 5/5 with flying and trample. It has an activated ability where we can sacrifice 3 other creatures, and then we can put a creature card from our hand onto the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. So what we're trying to do in this deck is get that turn 4 Akul, and then get Vein Ripper from our hand onto the battlefield after we sacrifice 3 other creatures. Now, Vein Ripper is a 6 mana 6/5 vampire assassin creature with flying and the ward cost of sacrificing a creature. Now, with Vein Ripper in play, whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. And this card, my friends, runs away with games. Like, I don't think there's a card in Standard that wins more games when it's on the board than Vein Ripper. Like, this card is just fantastic. So, this is the ultimate goal in this deck. If we can get the Vein Ripper out on turn 4, we're also okay with the Trumpet and Carnosaur. This is kind of like the backup card. A 6 mana 7/6 creature with trample, and when it ends the battlefield, we get to discover 5. We can also discard the Carnosaur if we pay 3, and then it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, so it's kind of like removal in the deck as well. But in an ideal world, we get that turn 4 Vein Ripper through Akul. Now, in order to make the turn 4 sacrifices happen, we need to go wide, and there's a couple cards that are really good at doing this. For instance, we have Lord Skitter, Sewer King. 3 mana 3/3 creature. Whenever another red enters the battlefield under your control, you exile up to 1 target card from an opponent's graveyard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you create a 1/1 black-red creature token with this creature can block. So Skitter basically makes red for you every turn and goes wide really fast. But I also like Skitter in this deck because we're running 3 copies of Magda in here, which is also a new card from Junction. A 2 mana 2/2 legendary creature that says whenever you commit a crime, which is basically targeting the opponents, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyard, we get to create a tapped treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. So Skitter exiling a card out of the opponent's graveyard is committing a crime. And Magda, with the treasures, helps us ramp into the Akul payoff cards if we don't get to have Akul, which can be pretty helpful. But I also like Magda in this deck because I'm playing, of course, the Cold Anvil, 2 mana artifact. Whenever one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, you create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token. This ability triggers only once a turn, and you can tap the anvil and sacrifice an artifact to make it deal 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Now, unfortunately, the anvil does not commit a crime, but the anvil does help us with going wide and also allows us with the drain strategy, which is basically the secondary strategy that this deck has. Like, we're capable of going super wide and then just slowly like pinging our opponent through draining. So anvil is good at doing that. We're also playing Vran in this deck as well, which is 2 mana legendary creature. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. But anyways, back to the cards that help us going wide as well, because we're also playing Lagomos, Hand of Hatred. 3 mana 1/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you create a 2/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So Lagomos basically represents 2 creatures for the price of 1 creature. It also has an activated ability where we can search our library for a card and put it into our hand and then shuffle. We can only activate that if 5 or more creatures die this turn, which is technically possible in a go wide deck like this, but, you know, doesn't happen every game, so to say. Another card that technically represents 2 creatures for 1 card is the Dark Ghoulcaller of Nephalia. 2 mana 1/1 at the beginning of your end step. If you control no creatures with Decade, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decade. So usually Jadar makes sure that we have a zombie on the board, and that would also make pretty great sacrifice fodder for Akul. But I also like Jadar's zombies for cards like Annihilating Glare that we're also playing in this deck. This is our removal of choice. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you pay 4 or you sacrifice an artifact or creature to destroy a target creature or planeswalker for the small cost of 1 black mana. So I usually put Annihilating Glares in my sacrifice decks because I just think it's fantastic value. Now, when we play the Cold Anvil, it's only right that we play the Blood Token creature package, which exists out of Voldaren Epicure and Bloodlight Harvester. Voldaren Epicure, a 1 mana 1/1, and when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and you create a blood token. And Bloodlight Harvester, a 2 mana 3/2, when it enters the battlefield, you create a blood token. And it kind of functions as removal as well, because you can sacrifice the Harvester and give a target creature -X/-X until the end of turn, where X is twice the number of blood tokens you control, activate only as a sorcery. So what we're looking at here is a deck that has basically two strategies. Either we cheat incredibly powerful creatures into play as fast as turn 4, or we just go wide and try to like overwhelm our opponent that way. And then we have some drain effects as well to, you know, eventually just put their life total from 20 to 0. All right, so now that you understand how the deck works, hopefully the MTG Arena gods will be kind enough to give us that turn 4 Akul into Vein Ripper. Hopefully. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to the official MTG Arena YouTube channel. And if you like what you're seeing so far and you want to check out some more of my own content, you can do that over on youtube.com/Ashlizzlle, where I post daily MTG Arena brews. All right, without further ado, let's get started. All right. Oh, this is a weird one. I'm probably gonna keep it. I mean, I know there's a lot of like 2-drops in the deck and stuff. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Skitter could be really nice also to give us like an annihilating glare target, so that could work out. What are we up against? Novice Inspectors. Gotta be Boros. Another glare. No, not it. Definitely not it. I need to find some targets to sacrifice. Is this Boros Convoke or is it just mono white? Could just be mono white, to be honest. Alright, we have found ourselves an Anvil. But no artifact. Gotta do a little bit better there. Alright. Creating rats, that's fine. This has gotta be like... Oh, never mind, it's still Boros. I was about to say, this is weird. It's just like white weenies. It's just Boros. Alright. So we're gonna... Warden is gonna do a little tap. Buff itself up. I'm gonna get rid of it though with Oni or with the Annihilating Glare. And hopefully I can trigger my Oni Anvil too. That would be really nice. Okay. Land. Never mad at that. I think the second we are fortunate enough to get to Vein Ripper mana, we are good to go. Now ideally, we do it through Akul, but if we just have to like get there normally, then that's also fine, I guess. I'm gonna exile the Warden and probably just gonna like hold back here for now. Don't really feel confident enough to attack with Lord Skitter. Like I think we just win in the, you know, the longer the game goes on with the Vein Rippers in the hand, so we're gonna try. Devilish Valet! Okay, what a chef. Whoa. What a chef. Devilish Valet, what a card. I'm a fan. Could be really scary though. I think they're playing it for like the gleeful demolitions and stuff. Alright, here we have the Magda. That is pretty awesome. I'm still gonna get rid of the Devilish Valet though. I mean no disrespect, but I gotta. So I got two choices now. I could either sacrifice my Anvil or like sacrifice a treasure to get my Anvil going, or wait. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna wait on the Vein Ripper here. Hopefully I can find an untapped land off the top and I could be good to go. And I'm wondering, do I swing with Skitter? I'm kind of afraid of Recruiter, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just gonna still hold back here. Come on, we're gonna manifest this untapped land off the top, you guys. Or Akul also gets the job done, so. Akul is also fine. Well, well, all right. Well, okay, sure. I'm just gonna sack an Inspector, and I'm gonna just do it so that I get the Magda trigger, and at least we have a guaranteed Vein Ripper coming up then, so. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let's just exile the Novice Inspector here, because we might as well. So at least Magda has provided us with some treasures. And the Vein Ripper will arrive. A little bit late, but it will arrive, so. We're grateful for that. Hopefully the card is going to be capable of just taking over the game. Usually it does. Usually it does. Alright, is the opponent getting a little bit tired of us right now or something? What's going on? Or is there like a random buff over here? I'm not sure. It could be. Hey, Gonjo, that's fine. They wanted to fire that off. Okay. Anyways, are you ready for the storm, my friend? Because here are some Vein Rippers. Feeling good, feeling good. I don't think they can deal with that very well. So yeah, I'm just gonna swing in. Like, I know as long as I have the Vein Ripper around that I will be okay, so... A lot of life gain, a lot of damage. Or life loss, I guess. Got the Carnosaur to remove something if I need to as well. Alright, you keep going, opponent. This is moments where I really miss the Meat Hook Massacre, you know? Would go crazy in this deck. Oh well. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we can get it back, you know? So this is really cool too, because target opponent loses 2 life, which means you commit a crime. So shout out to Vein Ripper for committing a crime for us, and we can get the treasure from Magda and cast the other Vein Ripper next turn as well. Super nice. Alright, I'm gonna swing in here. I mean, we already have lethal technically, like another Anvil activation goes for like 3 damage. We have Carnosaur, which deals 2 damage. I think the opponent's probably gonna try to buff up the Warden. Well, in response, we're just gonna do a little bit of a discard. The Trumpeting Carnosaur. Commit a crime. Get the Vein Ripper trigger. And win the game. We just have to do it the fair way around this time around. No Akul, Akul turns, but we win the game, so that's what we care about. Alright, we're on the draw, which is unfortunate, but what a curve. Hopefully, we can get straight to Akul, but for now, Epicure on 1, Onicole on 2, or maybe even Magda on 2, depending on how we want to go about it. It's just very nice. I love curving out into Anvil. Alright, Restless Fortress. Alright, so here's like the reason why we might want to consider doing Magda on 2, because we got Lord Skitter. Skitter commits crimes. Get some, Okay. Akul like goes white though. Magda doesn't really, so I'm gonna get rid of Magda here. Oh, damn, should got rid of Skitter now. Alright, well, it's okay. It's alright, it's alright. So let's sacrifice. Start getting our Anvil going. That was not a sentence. We get our Anvil going. We start our Anvil. Anyways. Are they going to interact with it? Wait, is this going to be like... Ooh, Rite of Oblivion. Alright. A little bit of an Ortsov sacrifice moment. I wonder what kind of cards they might be playing. So what I really want to find here is either like another land... And then a Vein Ripper, exactly in that order, please. That would be pretty good. Or the Dinosaur. You know, anything to get going with Akul. But in general, like Akul is a 4-mana 5/5 is good too, you know? Alright, so Skitter goes. But we're going to play the Skitter pre-Cool Met and we can exile the Rite of Oblivion, which is also pretty nice. So let's do that. You got it once, you're not going to get it again. So we're going pretty wide here. What is the opponent cooking up, though? Graveyard Trespasser. Alright, so they really want to commit crimes, because Hopeless Nightmare also... No, Hopeless Nightmare does not commit a crime. Anyway. What are we gonna do? Let's see, you're just gonna exile this. I'm just thinking about, like, swinging with everything, really. I mean, if they don't want to, like, trade Skitter, then... I mean, I'm pretty sure they will want to trade Skitter. There we go. And then we're just gonna set up Harvester here. I might want to discard Jadar to look for either a land or a cool payoff or something along those lines. A new Anvil. Oof, that's an Outlaws. Okay. I really gotta put a cool into play now then. That could block Outlaws. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. That's not great. That's not great. Cool would really nicely block Outlaws. Like, I could play Epicure out right now, but then I would 100% discard an Akul to Outlaws. I mean, maybe it's okay. Like I said, I need to guarantee that land somehow, right? I could technically still hit an Annihilating Glare here. Let me see. Alright. Alright, well, it was worth... Okay, you know, it was worth doing. It was worth doing. If they keep, like, messing around with, like, you know, Outlaws, then I am so okay there. Alright, sometimes high roll. Path of Peril. Oh no. Okay, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Okay, I thought we had this. Not anymore. Not anymore, unfortunately. We're also not hitting our 4th land drop, which really is unfortunate. We have no board left. I mean, we need to just put a Akul in play here, and we might get out of this. No. Not happening, guys. Not happening. Unfortunate. That Path of Peril really just ended us, basically. Alright, we go first. Love to see it. It's okay. I mean, I gotta find some lands, but... We have a nice curve here. Potentially Magda and the Lord Skitter would be really awesome. I mean, we still need to find a way to commit the crime, but... This is not a bad start. Ooh, deserts. Interesting. Land, please. Awesome. So let's get this Magda value going here. So we're gonna exile this. Commit the crime. Get the treasure started. Cool, cool. I also really like Vron with the Lagomos. We got the Oni called Anvil active now, thanks to Magda. Which is also pretty great. We can do like Anvil plus Vron coming up now. Ooh, Outcaster Trailblazer. They need red. What do they need red for? Ooh, hard-hitting question. Took care of that really quickly. Alright, so... We're gonna do Oni called Anvil plus Vron here to just get that, like, value. Now, do we give up Magda? We have Vein Ripper here. I'm not really committing crimes right now, am I? Yeah, I guess I'll just swing. I also get, like, the Vron value out of that. So I'll swing with the rat too. If they want to chump the rat, I'm so down. Alright, they did not feel the urge to trade Magda, so I'm okay with that. The Trailblazer stays alive, the rat dies, but we do get the 2 drain from Vron, so... Ooh, Railway Brawler, that is a big boy. Want to draw us a card? Okay. So, we get the land here, we get Lagomos. And now it's just about, like, swinging and draining. Swinging and draining. I guess I might as well swing it with this guy. So this is where Akul would be a amazing draw. It would be so good right now to get Akul. I'm just gonna sack the artifact now so I can get another, like, 1/1 back here. Alright. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put X1 counters on it where X is its power. So this is just mono green Stompy, I imagine. They play deserts too, though, so they might have that, like, Worm with Flash. Could be pretty scary. Oh, it's the Axebane Ferox. Okay. Value. Value, for sure. Value. I'm almost tempted to just throw Lagomos in front of this because I have another Lagomos right now available, so... Maybe I'm better off at Magda. Nah, there's Lagomos. I'll Lagomos, you are the current sacrifice target. So we get the Vron trigger, deal 2, gain 2. Oh, we're getting so close to the Vein Ripper. So here goes Lagomos. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So we might as well, like, attack with this, right? I mean, it's always going to get chumped, but we care about the Vron trigger, so... There we go. And then we might as well sack the Anvil too. Alright. Looking okay. I mean, it's looking okay. The opponent's board is really scary, but we don't mind things dying, so this is the case for as long as Vron sticks around. So Vron, please, don't go. We're also just one land away from basically thriving with the Vein Ripper, though, so something to look forward to as well. That is a massive Gold Vein Hydra. A bit scary. Alright, so we're getting a swing here. If they swing like this, they might be dead the next turn, though. Be careful, be careful. So I'm just gonna shove this in from the Ferox, so Ron deals 2. And because Ron lives, we've already won the game no matter what happens. Because what happens here is Lagomos is gonna swing. Alright. Alright. That's fine, works for me. We take it. Love the look of this. Love to see it. Love to see it. We got the Anvil. We got some Harvesters. We got Akul. Who knows? Maybe we can finally pull off the combo this time around. It's gotta find a Vein Ripper or Carnosaur, one way or another. But Anvil is definitely gonna make sure that we're going wide, which is nice. Alright, we'll start off with a ridge here so we can smoothly curve out. Definitely going to start off with Harvester here. Sleep Cursed Fairy. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. Not something you see every day. Alright. What is this? It may be like a new version of Cauldron Combo? Like, I recall like Cauldron Combo playing Sleep Cursed Fairy back in the day. But we don't know. And I think that was also... wasn't it like not Simicolors or something? Anyway. War 2. It's a bit much. I could set up like Skitter, go wide. I'm probably okay with that because then next turn like my Magda looks pretty good, so play Skitter before combat so we get to create a rat. And there we go. Ooh, we get a cool. Now this would have been nice. That would have been great if I somehow, someway had a, you know, a Vein Ripper or something. Ooh, this would have been the turn 4 Vein Ripper if we had it. What does that meme? Like, this is where I would put my trophy if I had it. This is where I'd put my Vein Ripper if I had it. I don't. I don't. It's pretty sad, but, you know. At least I have an Anvil, so that counts for something? Maybe this is like a blue-white, like, tempo type effect or something. Could be. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of this. Pop the Anvil. So they can start, like, untapping these things. That's fine by me, I think. Let's see what they do here. Skitter gives us a rat, and it's time to swing with the team. Kutzel's flanker, that's alright. So that's going to be gain to life's cry 2 for them, alright. This is where I would have played a cool if I didn't have my one of 2 Mirexes in play. Nah, it's alright, it's alright. I was kind of like hoping that Magda would survive. So we could work with the treasure and then cast a cool that way. But it's okay. I think we're still in a pretty good position here, so... Fading Hope on Harvester, yup. Seen a lot more Fading Hopes lately. I think it's because of the slick shots that are getting played by people. So there we go. Harvester and Jadar. And we're just gonna run this opponent over right now. I think the risk of them having a temporary lookdown should be pretty low. I mean, they're playing 2 Sleep Cursed Fairies. I could be wrong. Temporary lookdown obviously is pretty mean on this deck, but... what can you do? If you can get a turn for a cool before they fire over lockdown somehow, you're kind of gaming. I'm not gonna let temporary lockdown destroy the fun. I'm not. I refuse. Alright, let's see what the opponent is planning on doing here. So I'm just gonna swing with everything. Like, the Sleep Cursed Fairy is definitely gonna try to take out, like, something. Alright. So it's gotta be... definitely gotta be a broken Harvester. Oh, Qatar Commando. It's interesting because that gets rid of the anvil technically, but we're gonna see if they are okay with getting rid of that. I mean, I assume not, but maybe. Okay, they are. All right. So this is where we're gonna play Akul. Good value. 5/5 with trample, not too bad. I'm gonna get rid of the one that lays over here. All right, and it's just too much. Like, we didn't really combo off once again, but just the value, the value and the curve are just where it's at. Also, we got 69. Let's go. All right, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. We definitely have to go wide strategy going here with Jadar and Epicure. If we manage to find one of the cool payoff cards, we are definitely doing it on curve, so... Well, we still have to find a land, but I think our chances are pretty good at doing that, so... Alright, opponent starts with Kumano. Alright, I'm just gonna do Jadar here. I'll swing, I guess. I'll swing. Now let's see if our greatest friend Slickshot shows up. There's a chance. There is a chance. I do have the Annihilating Glare to prepare myself for it, you know? Seems to be just a Charming Scoundrel with a Wicked roll on it. Okay. Give me something good. Lagamos. I kind of just like really want to guarantee myself a cool next turn. Like, I'm just tempted to slam Annihilating Glare, sacrificing the zombie because it gets brought back. And then I'll use the blood token to see if I can find a land. I think that's what I want to do. Like, it's going to be somewhat tricky for them to... I mean, they do play Witchstalker Frenzies, but I gotta be positive here, right? I gotta be positive here. So I'm gonna get rid of an Akul. Another Glare. Not bad, but I want to see a land here. I want to see a land here. I'm playing 23 lands. I think that's okay with the curve and the Magdas that we're also playing in the deck. Like, I don't think it's too greedy. But maybe it is. I don't know. But maybe it is. Alright, well. I need to keep the opponent in check a little bit here. So I'm just going to get rid of the Kumano. Sacrifice a zombie again. That's turning or returning to me anyways. Come on, Akul. Let's get cast. Gotta hit that land at the top. One time for the one. One time for the one. How about like a 45% chance of hitting a land here? Coin flip vibes. I mean, not that we have like any of the payoff, but I would still like to play a 4-mana 5/5. It was not too much to ask, you know? What is this going to be? I'm gonna see if I can block the Harvester, because if it's a Monstrous Rage, then I can still take the card out. So I think that's pretty important. Could just be like a Play with Fire, though. Play with Fire it is. Okay. I have to protect my life total a little bit. We have Magda over here. But still no Akul. I mean, the deck's kind of like proving that it doesn't need Akul to win, but it would still be nice to have. Please. Akul and Lagamos also have really cool synergy together. It's relatively easy to get 5 or more creatures to die with Akul and like Lagamos and Jadar and that type of stuff. Man, I don't know. You know what? Have it. Like, I'm scared. I don't know if there was anything in their hand that they could have worked with just now. Oh, Brotherhood's End. That was a choice. Well, that's my Akul payoff right there. I gotta believe. I mean, it's not that I even have a board anymore. Oh. It's a little bit of a disaster right now. Bloodthirsty. I just need to know if before I trade this Magdalf, I just need to know, is there a land on top? Come on. All right. You know, Gotta stay strong. Land on top, please. Yay! Let's go! Finally. We got a big 5-5. Now, please don't hit it with the Witch Talker Frenzy. I worked hard for this. I worked really hard for this. Please just don't remove it right now. Alright, well, I'm definitely gonna block that. I mean, I'm not gonna... If you have a Lightning Strike, then I'd rather have it on the cool than to my face, to be quite honest. Or Stoke the Flames. Alright, anyways, that was a cool. I don't know. I didn't think that Mono Red would ever mainboard Brotherhood's End, but... It's also best of 1 and I'm mostly a best of 3 player, so it would be unheard of in best of 3. But maybe it's a thing that Mono Red gamers do in best of 1. I don't know. Probably. Ooh, play with fire to the face. They have decided to ignore Vron. That's brave. Brave move. Is it gonna work out? Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to, like, give up on this Carnosaur right now. Godric. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely giving up on this Carnosaur. Hold on. hold on. Top deck mode. And now we have the lands that Akul wanted. Bad timing. This is where I like to find literally anything. Akul! Oh, hey! Hey, bestie. Oh, what a treat. What a treat. Might still just win this after all. No jinx. They do play Stoke the Flames. No jinx. Looking good, looking good. Alright, well... We won with a cool, technically. Alright. We take it.